welcome to another edition of Akau TV. I'm joined this morning by Jamie Richards on what is a beautiful Friday. How are you going, Jamie?
Yeah, good, Hamish. Yep, all under control. Thank you.
Fantastic, and we're 1 week out from Christmas now. I hope you've done your Christmas shopping, and I guess things are going to start to heat up as we get towards the Christmas carnival in a few weeks' time. It's been exciting news, I guess, hearing that the border announcement this week, with hopefully, or obviously, Auckland opening, and it likely that the racing will be back at headquarters later in December. All good at that end, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure, something to look forward to, and we've been missing Ellerslie, so looking forward to hopefully getting back up there on Boxing Day for the beginning of their carnival.
Perfect. And I guess a quiet week by your standards last week. We had a Lightning Field win on Friday at New Plymouth. The very impressive Bright Blue Sky, she ran away and won the stakes race on debut at Te Rapa. And of course, you had Image of You also win down there as well. Do you want to comment on a couple of those horses?
Yeah, Lightning Field was good. He's a horse that we've had to be patient with, slow maturing horse. Joe rode him well, and really impressed with Bright Blue Sky. She's a filly that we've liked from day one, and she could well be set for set for the Magic Millions there in January is what we're trying to do. So we're just working through that at the moment. And Image of You was good. She's a filly or a mare now that's needed a bit of time as well. The owners have been really patient with her, but she's putting together a good record now that she's a bit stronger. And she did it the hard way. She was back and wide, came widest of all. So certainly put up a really good performance to win there at Te Rapa.
Absolutely. And of course, Bright Blue Sky was bought as part of a filly syndicate, and we see the other one of those that were put into that same syndicate go around this weekend as well. I'm sure you'll comment on her as we go through the fields a bit later on. So I guess also yesterday at Otaki, a couple of near misses with Lord Cosmos and Romantic Lady just going down in narrow finishes there as well.
Yeah, very frustrating. I think we've had something like 34 winners in 37 seconds or something, which is bit niggly, to be fair. But yeah, the horses went well. Unfortunately, Time Flies had a bit of a temperature down there, but keep an eye out for him. He didn't run, but he's a very nice horse, and keep an eye out for him where he runs. 2-year-old was good. Looked like he ran into a smart one there of Lauren and Mickey Brennan's, but he'll have a week in the paddock now, and we'll set him for the Cracker Million. He should just about have enough money. And Romantic Lady was great. She was just narrowly beaten, but she's got a little bit of black type for Sir Patrick and the guys that race her, and she's a filly or a mare that's got a wonderful pedigree, so she'll probably run next in the Hallmark on Boxing Day.
Excellent. And I guess on Tuesday we premiered a special broadcast with Andrew Bensley. Obviously, you attended that or were involved with it alongside Karen and David, and there was some great success off the back of that with a number of shares being sold. And I know last week you tipped us into the Tarzino Postman's Daughter as one to look out for in the future, and that horse was quickly snapped up. I think over the weekend as well. There's 3 shares remaining, or three horses with shares remaining, one of which is the Deep Field with 10%. The Churchill has 40%, and the Savabeel has 7.5%. Can you comment on any of those just quickly?
Yeah, well, the Deep Field's a really nice horse. I think that'll be sort of the last share in him, athletic sort of horse. So all of these horses have sort of come straight into the stable. So those boys all had their first morning at the track this morning, had a quiet canter on the inside sand, and then walked through the barriers a couple of times. So really impressed with the Deep Field and the Churchill. Churchill's a really nice horse. Really sort of spooked him in the voiceover there that we did post the sale as a genuine sort of racehorse. He'll do something at 2 in the autumn there, but he'll be a ripping 3-year-old. And we've had quite a bit of success buying chestnut horses out of that sale, so hopefully that can continue. He's out of a good stakes winning mare. And he's buying up and coming stallion in Churchill that we've got a lot of time for. He's really fired on all cylinders up in Europe and in the Northern Hemisphere, and he's sort of been touted as Galileo's sort of sharpest son. And with Galileo passing away, he's got some big footsteps to fill. So I'd certainly recommend getting in on the Churchill. I thought he was good buying at 160. They paid a similar sort of price for him as a yearling. So we were really thrilled with the price that we got him for. And as I say, these horses are all in the stable, all working along nicely, and hopefully there's another real standout there.
Absolutely. So if you want to get involved, then get in touch with Karen or David over the weekend or through the website. I'm sure the remaining horses or shares in these horses will probably be snapped up over the weekend, so you'll need to get in quickly. Moving along to this weekend's races, we've got a handful of runners across Te Araha and Wanganui. So we'll start off at Te Araha in race 1, the Te Araha Stallion Service Scheme 2-year-old 1100 metre maiden 2-year-old race. So first up, we've got Accidental Tourist, drawn barrier 1 with Kozi Asano on board.
Yeah, happy with him. I think he's a progressive horse. His trials have been good. Expecting him to run well, but continue to improve. So looking forward to him running. He's got the good gait there, brings good solid trial form in, and got to be a decent each way chance.
Great, and Grayson Gray with Michael McNabb on board.
Yeah, won a trial nicely at Taupo. Seems to be going well. We've put the blinkers on her just to try and sharpen her up a little bit. Her work on Tuesday morning was really good with I Choose You. She's just got to overcome that bad gait. So there's only one turn there from that 1100 metre start, I think, the 1000 metre shoot anyway. So yeah, she'll go forward, and she's certainly one to keep an eye out for. We do like her.
Cool, and of course I Choose You. She's the horse that was part of that filly syndicate with Bright Blue Sky.
Yeah, really nice filly, bred to be good, really good type, and looks like she's got plenty of natural ability as well. So trials have been spot on. She'll go forward. She'll be up in the race, and should be a really nice chance. 3 very nice 2-year-olds to take to the races, and certainly looking forward to that tomorrow.
Perfect. And moving on to race 3, the Te Araha Jockey Club 1200. It's a maiden race, and we've got If You're Ample drawn slightly awkwardly in barrier 15 with Danielle Johnson on board.
Yeah, she was in at Taronga and drew bad there as well on Wednesday. So we went here hoping to draw a little bit better, but we haven't. I think we'll get the show on the road anyway. She raced really well as a 2-year-old. One start for a 4th, put her away and gave her a bit of time, and thought she was going to come out and start firing up as a 3-year-old. She hasn't at this stage. Been a little bit disappointed with her trials. So certainly a bit of a wait and see on her there tomorrow. She's got the ability, but it's whether she's going to front up and show that.
Great. And heading down to Wanganui, race 2, the Platinum Homes 3-year-old 1200. It's a 3-year-old set weight and penalty race. We've got the Cracker Million place getter Avanello lining up from barrier 13 with Leah Hemi aboard.
Yeah, just put the line through the first up run. It was that day at Hara where there was a truck flipped and they had to take the long way to get down there, and then he's sort of running on a slow track and never really got into it at all. So I put a line through that, take him on his 2-year-old form. Unfortunately, he's drawn awkward, but we're just trying to find a nice, easy race for him. He'll go forward from out there. There's a lot of maideners in this. There's quite a few spruik horses in here as well. So, look, he's got as good a form as any horse in that race, and hopefully he can front up and show his best.
Absolutely. And moving on to race 3, the Gas and Heating 1200. It is a rating 65 benchmark, obviously over the 1200 metres. Impressive trialist Lachine lines up from barrier 9 with Lisa Allpress on board.
Yeah, she just sort of got back and stayed back at Tarapis, so we just put a bit of a line through that, gave her a bit of time. Since then, she went forward at Taupo, and I sort of said to Joe, make her do a bit, see where she's at. So she trialled with a bit of purpose. Work's been solid. She is going well. Another that's drawn slightly awkwardly out in 9, but she'll go forward from out there and should be in it for a long way.
Great. And race 6, the Dunstan Feed Stayers Championship qualifier. Can you talk us more about this series just quickly? It's a rating 74 benchmark 1600. You've got Ayatir Lad with the Inform Apprentice Niranjan Palmer on board.
Yeah, so firstly on the series, there's a couple of series up there through the Christmas Carnival at Ellerslie, one being the Dunstan Feeds Stayers race, which is run over 2400, and the other being the Stella Artois, which is a 1500 metre race run on Boxing Day that the Dunstan Feeds is on New Year's Day. So they're sort of designed, I guess, to promote the sponsor. First and foremost, Dunstan sponsor that, and there's a lot of qualifying races to go through towards the final, and you earn points, 3 for a win, 2 for a second, 1 for third, something like that. Not sure of the exact science, but that sort of system, and certainly it does create a bit of interest. And the final's always a race that's really hard to win. Haven't won the staying race before, but we won the Stella Artois 1500 with Mai Tai last year, which was a big thrill. There was a good stake there. So this is a qualifying race. Not that AT Lad will be going to the 1.5 mile race, but he's a good sort of benchmark miler. So we'll sort of run him here. He's drawn wide. He drew wide last week, so we scratched and waited. Seems to be in really good shape at home. He's going well. He's got the nice draw. He gets the weight relief. So hopefully he can run well. But it does look to be a pretty fierce sort of field. I think there's a handful of decent chances in there.
Great. And I guess moving down to the best bet of the weekend, we're 4 from 5 at the moment between you and Sammy B over the last couple of weeks. So let's see if we can try and keep this form going. I know you had Bright Blue Sky last week for the team. Can you give us one today?
Well, let's stick with the 2-year-olds, and we'll go I Choose You to hopefully do the job there at Tiara tomorrow. It wouldn't surprise me if one of our other ones was right on her tail there somewhere, but hopefully she's as good as any of them.
Perfect. And I guess I look forward to next week. We're trialling on the home track at Matamata on Monday. Any horses we can keep an eye out for there?
Yep, big day of trials here on Monday. We'll have the good horse On the Bubbles trialling there, second trial. We'll also have Savion Blanc and Prix de Fur having a quiet trial before they go down to run at Trentham on Saturday in the Captain Cook. And we'll have some other nice 2-year-olds stepping out. Perfect scenarios there. He's going well. We've got a nice 2-year-old called Insatiable. He'll trial there. Festivity. So yeah, we've got some nice horses. Zitaku will trial there as well. So yeah, looking forward to the trials on Monday. Couple at Rotorua Wednesday, couple for New Plymouth, Trentham and Matamata Saturday. So a bit busy sort of week next week, but yeah, lots of nice horses coming up and getting ready for Christmas racing.
Absolutely, and a big night on Monday night by the sounds of it. So 8 p.m. the NZTR Horse of the Year Awards will be virtually screened through the Love Racing platforms. And I know that you and the team are nominated for a whole heap of races, including obviously the Trainers Premiership that you won last year, New Zealand Bloodstock Filly of the Year, which has been taken out by Amaralina. You've got 3 nominees in the Champion Sprint of Miler with Avantage, Melody Bell, Probabile. 2 in the Champion Middle Distance with Avantage and Melody Bell. 1 in the Champion Stay with Savion Blanc. 2 in the Champion 2-year-old with On the Bubbles and Sword of State. And 2 in the Champion 3-year-old with Amaralina and Need I Say More. So I guess that's a culmination of an amazing training performance, I guess, last year. And hopefully we'll be taking home a few trophies on Monday night. What have you got planned for it?
No, not too much.
Try and stay awake.
Yeah, try and stay awake. Yeah, we'll be tuned in at home, but no, busy morning or a big day on Monday to start with. So and then Gallops Tuesday. So no, we won't be doing too much. But it's a bit of a I guess a frustrating time with COVID and everything. Obviously, we'd all love to be together celebrating everybody's achievements, and unfortunately at the moment we can't. So I think NZTR and Love Racing have done a great job to try and get something off the ground to recognise the good horses and jockeys and owners, and the recognition to racing and all of those sorts of really cool awards. So thumbs up to them, and yeah, we look forward to tuning in on Monday night.
Absolutely. So you'll be putting the number ones on the couch?
No.
Not sure.
Nah.
Alrighty, we'll wait and see on Monday and see whether you have a change of mind. But outside of that, good luck this weekend, Jamie, and we'll catch you again next week, mate.
Imagine winning the Group 1 New Zealand Derby. Shot again, Ginger Lancers, dumped them in the Derby. Or a Group 1 at Royal Randwick.
Akau shark right over the top.
Akau Racing, New Zealand's #1 stable, bought those horses from the ready-to-run sale. After winning more races, group races and prize money for owners than any other stable, it's action time again. Shares are available on exciting young horses, and winning is a way of life at Akau. Visit tiakauracing.com.